Hello YouTube, it's Saturday the 25th of June. This is not a scheduled race, so here's what happened. The guys wanted more racing outside of what was scheduled in terms of our bigger races. Actually, hold that thought. So I checked Instagram and someone messaged me saying that there was this club race on outside of Amsterdam on Wednesday nights and Saturday afternoons, and we've arrived. We packed the van, we drove about an hour here from our town where we're staying to just outside of Amsterdam, and we have arrived at the Sloten Sport Park. The Sloten Sport Park, where there's this crit track around the outside. Now this dude on Instagram, thanks for sending that through by the way, said that this can get a pretty good turnout. Sometimes some pros will show up. So we're keen to see what this race is like. We have no idea. It's 2 o'clock. The race apparently starts at 3. We've got 3 of the lads here, Jono, Lockie and Miles. So we're gonna go and find the sign-on desk, get some numbers, and then we will see what we're in for. Hi. Hi. Are you here to race?
Yeah.
Where do we sign on? Okay, so yeah, so it's along here.
Yeah, it's along there.
Okay, great.
It's 1 kilometer, I think.
Okay.
So it's not too far.
Okay, great. Thank you. Cheers. That was helpful. Thanks, mate. I'm so lost, by the way. I can hear the race commentary. It's over there. I don't know how to get around there. The guys can ride on the track, so they'll be able to get there, but I'm just totally lost. I want to film them signing on. Hold on. So I'm here on the inside, and WV Amsterdam is the clubhouse, but it's on the other side of this canal, which means I have to go all the way back and walk along. Ugh. Hey. All right, so made all the way back to the van, over the bridge, other side of the canal. Now I'm on the path to the start line, alongside the course.
Binnen, ja, meneer Bisschop.
Made it? Got your numbers?
I need a card to enter, so I need to go get it.
How much is entry, Lockie?
€4.
Bargain.
$6.
Give him away.
Credit card.
Where are you standing?
Oof, he looks nervous, look at him.
When you rock up to a race, like everyone, no one looks like really good, but like everyone's like strong as like. It's just,
Yeah.
like you rock up to a race in Australia and everyone kind of looks the part,
Yeah.
but it's not as hard. But like here, you rock up and you don't think too much of it, that everyone's like super strong.
Yeah, in
Like,
Australia it's like look bro, go slow. Here it's like look like a Hubbard and then rip your legs off. 30 minutes till start.
Yo.
See you in half hour. The guys are just going for a warm-up lap.
Okay, cool.
Do you want me to pin your number?
Yes.
6 minutes to start. So from what I can tell, it's one big bunch with all different age groups. You all go off together. It's like one massive chop. After an hour, the slowest age group finishes, or the oldest age group. But the bunch keeps going, and then another age group finishes until the end, where it's just the under 40s, and they all finish together, which should be about an hour and 45 minutes later.
Want ik ben een EHBO en een beetje de toon.
Turn the GoPro on, Miles.
Yes, on.
God damn it, I just realised because I'm not racing, I've got to spend the next hour and a half walking around this crit track. Most of the time I'm not getting FOMO from not racing, but today is one of those days I'm really missing it. That looks like a hell of a lot of fun. Safe track, wide track, big bunch, just ripping in as hard as you can for an hour and a half. Sounds like my cup of tea. Damn. 45 minutes in, 4-man group off the front with probably a 20-second gap. So if I want to race so bad, why don't I just race? The teams are doing 4 UCI races and they're all one-day races. So besides those 4 days, I could be racing. Reason why I'm not is it was just going to be way too much to handle. Firstly, I'm still working when I'm over here. Coaching, my work always comes first. So that's a huge chunk of time. Plus then making these videos, which in an indirect way, I consider work. According to the tax office, it's work. But you know, this is for my coaching business, I don't do any advertising. This YouTube channel is the only advertising we do, and obviously being affiliated with the team. So doing these videos is important for that. And it also is a little bit of income. I mean, when you work out the hourly rate, it's terrible, but there is some money from the ads that you guys watch on these videos. So doing those 2 things and then trying to train to be fit enough to race is near on impossible. So I decided as soon as I started planning this trip that I was not going to be racing and pretty much just stopped training. Oh, yesterday as well, we got invited to a 1.1 Slag om Norge up in the northern part of Netherlands on the 16th of July. That will be the first ever UCI 1.1 categorized race that Nero has ever done, which is really exciting. It's a long race, another flat one that's like 180, 190 kilometers, but there's heaps of dirt in it, like heaps of dirt. All these long gravel dirt sections. So it's gonna be absolutely filthy and brutal. The 3 other races that we have on the calendar are all UCI 1.2s, so the lowest UCI category. This is a 1.1, so it's a one-day race, but it's a level above, meaning more UCI points on offer. The bigger teams will target it more than the 1.2s, and you'll just generally get a higher quality field racing more intently because there's more on the line. So really exciting update, really glad to get that invite and just add that 4th UCI race to our calendar while we're over here, which is a really big deal. Right, so that's 2 laps to go. There's a group of 2 up the road with like 35 seconds. They're probably gonna win, and then it's gonna look like a bunch sprint from the guys behind. Let's see how they go. All right, commentary, 600 meters to go. We've got front and rear GoPro on Miles's bike. We can see Jono here on the left-hand side, looking for an easy run to move up to come around Miles to perform a lead out. So he's gonna wait for the wheel to be moving up, and there he goes. Easy moving forward for Jono there on the left-hand side. We've got Lockie on the left, we've got Jono on the right. Jono's now gonna slot in front of Miles, and Miles is bang locked in onto Jono's wheel for 300 meters to go around this left-hand bend. Looking for space to open up so Jono can launch, and bang, Jono launches to around the right-hand side. Miles holding, and then Miles launches bang again on the right-hand side, 150 to go. Miles gets the win too easy. Let's look at the rear. You can see Miles coming around Jono, and on the right you'll see Lockie there actually holding on for second. And then going to the slow-mo, we've got Miles first, Lockie second, Jono holding on for 4th. Good work, lads.
I just want to lead Jono out, and then he goes in front of me, and I'm like, what are you doing? But halfway through, we found out, one of the guys was like, oh, it's a training ride. And we're like, what?
What does that mean?
It's a training ride.
So I asked this guy came up to us earlier and says, I know you from your videos. And I was like, okay. Trying to speak to one guy, language barrier. Then this other guy said, oh yeah, it's a training race.
Yeah, it's a training race.
Well, I thought it was a race.
What do you mean? Yeah, it's a club race, a training race.
Huh.
But there's still 2 guys that won.
Yeah.
Off the front.
Yeah, it's good to open the legs anyway for tomorrow.
That was good for me, because if I didn't do it, my heart rate would be through the roof.
Yeah. I think we got that right. It's like a training, when they say training race, they mean like club race. It doesn't mean like you're still allowed to race. Yeah, I think that's a bit of a miss. Yeah.
It's like shop for an hour,
Yeah.
and then each grade has 3 laps of they sprint at the end of their lap.
Sweet. Now for tomorrow. Let's go.
Are we seeing this on YouTube tonight or?
Maybe tomorrow.
Tonight.
Oh, you're the
Tonight?
video tonight, yeah? Under which name or which channel?
Under my, just Jesse Coyle.
Jesse Coyle.
Yeah. So the guys are just staying behind for a sec because they are actually getting prize money, which is pretty cool for a club sort of training race. So we'll see how much they get. But for now, hope you enjoyed this video. The guys have a big crit tomorrow night, which I will be, again, doing another video on. So I'll catch you then. But for now, catch you in the next one.
Hey, John and I are like, oh, can we get chocolate milks? And then they end up saying, oh, just take them.
So you got your prize money comped in chocolate milk?
Yeah.
Mad.
And Milky Boy is pretty happy with that. Yeah, average 40.
So good.